Cool.
Alright, we're live. We're live. For some reason it's all 60 FPS despite the fact like it's all just hovering on an image. So, OBS, you are fucking brilliant. I'm with the director again, Savitar. Say hello. Or don't.
Hello?
Yep, hello. Okay, come on Discord, fix your voice connection quickly.
I'm on Discord, that's the worst part.
I just need to quit like my Origin and stuff. I forgot I actually had that open, to be fair. That doesn't really help. I'll leave Steam up.
Good.
Yeah,
I just sent an image.
yeah, I know, I see it. Right.
Nice.
Just grab all the stream link and everything, because we've got one person watching. Hello, person.
Hello, good person. Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
That is chopped.
it might well be, to be fair. Now we've got people coming in and starting to watch. We'll quickly just like, I'm not sharing it to Facebook. I am not sharing it to Facebook.
Do it.
Nah, like
Do it.
Facebook is just crap.
Yeah, I know what it means. I know what it means sometimes. I tried to share the BTVA page onto Facebook.
Yeah,
Two pages put it on.
that's another thing we're going to be showing a
Didn't
fair bit of in the stream. Like, I might even play a couple of auditions. Yeah,
Nice.
today we're talking about Godspeed as opposed to when else aren't we?
That's Godspeed, not the God of Speed.
Yeah, true. Nah, but like specifically today we're discussing things such as his character's relationship with Caitlin Snow, which, like, you've seen the test script which I finished yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
anyone can say it's going to be
Yeah.
sort of interesting the way those two interact, if that's sort of how they stay in terms of like their character and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a guy. Oh, it's Barney Channel. It's literally a video game
Yeah,
which I'm voicing in.
Oh, nice.
So it wasn't chopped. It turns out it's just my mother's acquaintance from school.
Huh.
Or something.
Hello, Kanan's brother's acquaintance from school.
The guy's name is Barney. He's got his like channel name, as you do. Nah, but
Nice.
yeah, like it's really interesting because like you saw the script yesterday. That was I was debating like, is it worth making longer because Caitlin isn't actually saying much. But I just decided, nah, not really. Like it's sort of good to see just like she's sort of staying silent. She doesn't have much of a very high opinion of him, like per your expectations, really. Hello, have we lost him? No, we haven't. Yeah, so that's interesting. What did you, like, you've gone around, you fixed some, like, stuff in the script. What did you think of it, really? Just wait for my voice connection to go green. Thank you, Discord. Yeah, so now that it's green again, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah. Discord, you're absolute shite. Nah, but like,
yeah, it shows a good dynamic between them. Even
you're very quiet. Just wait for it to go green again because it's currently like amber. There we go. Now you can speak.
okay, it shows that like there's a dynamic that can be built upon, and that's good. We're gonna need that.
Yeah, because like
And
her character
the
in
content
this
was good as well.
Yeah, because like it's in the pipeline. He does get captured at one point, and it's debatable like how long is he going to end up staying there. Particularly because you really do consider like, is he there because he wants to be there, and like that's the sort of impression that you're getting from this, really, because Otherwise, people are just like, hang on, what's this guy doing? Is he just chilling? Is he just there?
Yeah.
Is he just there to chill and like have banter? Really, isn't it? Because it's a very sort of interesting dynamic that I was going for. Like, I really, we've mentioned like exploring Godspeed's sort of relationships with other people before, and like you
Yeah.
don't get much of that. You see a glimpse of what he was like with Barry in terms of his interactions in the Rebirth comic. So I
Yeah.
really found it
Yeah.
interesting
Apart
to.
from
It was really interesting to build
you
upon,
got.
really, because it's like it's brief, but it's there, sort of thing.
Yeah. 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 Even though it's short, it's good. Like it's a good way that you've built it up.
Because like there's a lot of stuff that's going around this character. Like, oh hello, like what's his agenda, and it really does come as an interest because his relationship with Caitlyn is a very sort of mysterious one. It's just like Caitlyn's sort of known as like, oh, she falls in love with the villain from season 2. She's stupid. She wasn't actually, because like he's really trying to bait out the fact of he's trying to bait out Killer Frost. He wants to see if she's truly this criminal that she was painted out to be in season 3 during the sort of final end of that.
Yeah, and two.
Wait for the connection again, mate. Okay, you're good. No, you're not good. Next time, mate, we need to do this over Skype.
I don't have Skype.
You should probably get it.
Well, anymore. Yeah. Yeah. But again, I think it's because of my internet, really.
Yeah.
Because the second I drop out, well, my data really, but the second I drop out, it goes amber for you. So it's definitely me.
Yeah, it's definitely you. Hopefully you'll
Maybe
like connect to some.
next time you will.
It's really interesting because we do this on the back of like the most improvised timings possible, and
Always when I'm like,
yeah, it's always when you're never around, and like it does
it's
sort.
like you can, it's like just tell, like you have telepathy.
Oh, here we go again. Nah, but it's really interesting because like Caitlyn's sort of this character. She's oh fuck me, I'm red. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I remember again. That one was bad. No, you can sort of tell like she's not in the mood for like Godspeed's crap. She never would be. She never is going to be. Which is sort of interesting because she's made the mistake of like having this interest in the villain before, and it really sort of turned into this interesting dynamic.
Yeah. Maybe we should end in a non-canon mission that ends with them going to the apartment. No, that's not.
That's not. No. Nah, try and keep it sort of PG-13 sort of thing, and
Yeah.
it's an interesting sort of position really because Caitlyn's in there like she's going to the pipeline. She's sort of trying to make him sort of see there is a way back for you. There is this sort of redemption, but you have to be like you have to want it, and like he just straight up rejects it. He straight up rejects the hints. I think he's had to mute himself a sec.
Hello.
Yep, you're there. But yeah, he straight up just says, "Nah, I don't care about your hints. I do not. I'm not after redemption. Like this is me giving people revenge for what has happened in terms of everything else." Nah, like I really think like because we've shared it with the actress who is playing Caitlyn, she's not actually like responded to it yet, but like we've both shared it. I've sent it to her in a message. You've sent it in to her as in a voice actress
So yeah,
stuff.
When she's next
Yeah.
on, she'll definitely see it then.
Yeah, so she'll.
Really
Yeah, she's definitely going to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course she is busy with other stuff as well.
Yeah, she is. Like she has a lot of like sort of scheduling conflicts and personal life, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is sort of similar for us because
Like,
we're talking. We're talking so much behind the scenes. Like most of when people are seeing us is when we get involved or we try and start up a conversation and put in our views. or we're doing one of these. You and I talk so much in DMs about this, but also we do have like good sort of banter. And I think there will be scenes where Godspeed is just like, ha ha ha, look at this Barry, just to try and really piss him off, because you're playing Barry, you're playing like one of the voices of Barry, because like there are two voice casting options for him. That said, another character I really look forward to exploring the relationship between Godspeed is I do actually look forward to exploring his sort of relationship with like Savitar / Future Flash.
Yeah. No hints at what way it's going to be yet, guys. Sorry, but we're not saying how it's going to be. We're just giving him the two names that people know him as.
Yeah. Now, if they've watched the show, then they should sort of understand it. It's not really a spoiler at this point.
But then, but it is for a game, really. We don't know, like, well, what's that?
No, it's very interesting because, like, you know, you and I have sort of nailed down, like, there are brief examples of, like, Godspeed and Savitar interacting from a very early draft of a demo script I sent you. That's currently being done by other people, because I think I've sort of unofficially been sort of assigned to doing, like, the cutscene stuff. It's never the writers and I aren't really talking much at the moment. You can sort of tell we're having to discuss a lot of stuff in this main Discord for it. We have our own, actually. No, people aren't allowed into it. We're not going to invite you. You're in there and you've seen, like, there's very minimal interaction, so it's sort of like unofficially I've ended up doing cutscenes from, like, these script drafts. Because there is sort of the idea for them to potentially become cutscenes, or maybe divided into one or two.
Yeah. I mean, can't we blame it with the lack of interaction though? Because the second it hits the weekend, interaction boosts up more than there is normally.
Yeah, like time zone differences really do play a part in this, and obviously, like it's amazing, like the age of like people who are actually getting involved with this. Like you've cast me in the part I'm in at the age of 17. Like you're right with me saying your age, or would you prefer to keep that quiet?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, you're the same age. Yeah, we're all the same age, and you're already like voicing this, and there's always this sort of very interesting sort of idea that it's going to be. It's all very different, really, because Godspeed has a lot of different ideas. Nah, but he and Savitar / Future Flash would have. Like, we should give the warning now. We've no idea which one of the two it's really going to turn out being. It will be one of them. They really don't like each other.
Yeah, they don't.
Nah, like some will sort of some will sort of like draw the conclusion, like, is Godspeed trying to manipulate the Future Flash? And it's one thing I really look forward to seeing speculation on. I know the answer because I'm writing the story for the sequel. I know the answer to that. I know the answer because it's sort of going to, like, I really want to think of this as like a new and revised sort of origin story. Fuck me, you're dropping badly. It's a new and revised sort of origin story that the Arrowverse, if they chose to, could potentially use. Please, CW, use this character in Season 5, cast me to play him.
Young Godspeed.
Young Godspeed, but like, no, it would really work well because one thing I'm really looking forward to dropping hints about, like, people know Godspeed's origin if they've read the comics. They know his brother was murdered, and I'm really looking forward to exploring, like, why was he murdered? Because you didn't get an answer to that in the comics. And with this, I do have a sort of planned out idea as to why his brother was murdered. I've not touched on it. I've not touched on it yet at all.
Not going to be typical. Oh, but it's not going to be the typical drug deal gone wrong, is it?
Not going to be the typical what? Sorry.
It's not going to be the typical drug deal gone wrong, is it?
No, it isn't. It's a lot different. Like, I've not touched on it at all yet. The only thing I said was in a drafted script scene for Barry and Godspeed, and like, it's also really interesting because the other sort of director, Ahmed, is irrelevant now because he doesn't appear ever. Mohammed is he said, like, he does like that scene. He does like the way Godspeed is interacting with these people. So it's going to be very interesting because, like, I really look forward to sort of shedding that light. And with that, he goes silent. Come on, Savitar, say something. Or have you muted yourself again? I do not know. So, chat, if you've got any questions, please, mention them, because I am checking up on it. Don't be afraid to ask. We're going to answer what we can. Savitar, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, that's good. I was
Can
about
you
to
hear
type.
me?
I was about to type a message to you, but yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can see. I can see it typing right now. KanansJediTemple is typing.
Stop typing now. But yeah, it is actually going to sort of have this backstory. Why was his brother killed? What was he doing to get into that position? And
Yeah.
although it doesn't sort of mention them directly, it will tease interactions with Black Hole in the game, because I don't think it's going to be likely that they're sort of included or mentioned by name. I don't really see it happening. With this,
Yeah.
it's sort of going to be subtle Easter eggs and hints towards them as well.
Yeah. And that way, people can say it's less of a rip-off of of Rebirth if we don't
I
tease
think
some
it's
of the
also the
parts
fact
that are integral.
what we're going on is sort of the first part of Rebirth. We're not really going off the aftermath of it or anything, and it's going to be an interesting idea,
Yeah.
perspective, and all sorts that people actually choose to explore. And
Yeah.
it's sort of already been mentioned.
The
I've
key
publicly announced, as soon as the main stuff is done, I'm stepping down from main script writing to focus on the sequel. Well, that's
Yeah.
one thing I really am looking forward to.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, it gets chosen, isn't it? If it doesn't get chosen as sequel, hell, propose it as a third one or something. I don't know.
I've got this. I have this idea for Godspeed's character that it does sort of branch out into a trilogy. I can see myself thinking it's going to sort of turn into this trilogy, and Godspeed's going to have this massive sort of possible redemption arc at the end, and it's going to be interesting as to whether that plays out or not,
Ooh.
because I really want to sort of consider making it somewhat episodic. The levels are sort of these episodes, so they're not actually these generic go round complete an objective thing. It's going to sort of, I really want the sequel to take a sort of telltale feel in the fact you can go around and interact with these characters in the level, giving it more of an open world feel. You look at things such
Super
as
speed.
sort of it's looking at things like Life is Strange or Telltale's The Walking Dead, the only version of that franchise I give a shit about. or hell, even their Batman, it'll be this whole thing of you can go around, you can see people's interactions with you, and it'll be very interesting when you do. So that's what I'll have sort of planned for the sequel, and possibly the third one if I end up doing the story for that. But talking
Yeah.
about that, we'll talk more about the sequel later. But it's these.
Any questions yet?
Let's have a look. It sort of depends if more than one person's watching. Nope, it's still only one person watching. Still no questions.
Well, it looks like this person get a private viewing, didn't they? Lucky fella.
Yeah, they do. I've just sort of gone away from where the chat was, so well done me. It's all sorts of different ideas that's going to go around, and you see all of the potential that comes from it. Mostly because Godspeed's sort of being set up throughout. If this does turn into a trilogy, that's what it will be. He's being set up as this big threat, and it's going to be interesting with how that plays out. Now, but talking about threats, it's a very interesting one that Savitar / Future Flash. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to call him Savitar until we know for certain. It's very
it's easier. Easier.
It is. It's very interesting.
A code name until we know.
Yeah, it's officially code named. It's a very interesting threat he's going to represent as well, because we said last time he's all about going to try and fix Barry's mistakes, and some of you will argue, such as what, last time Barry sort of tried fixing mistakes or doing anything, he created Flashpoint. Very interesting sort of point of view, really, because you consider all of what's happening and what's going on, and then you think, okay, what is going on here? And it's going to be interesting because you and I will discuss that behind the scenes a lot. We talk about a lot to do with the character and this whole idea of it away from the developer chat. Like, you're always asking me about stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always asking